Okay, I share my screen right now. Waiting for Oliver to log in. Okay. Hi, Oliver.
Hi, Saba, I can hear you.
How are you? You can hear
I'm
me?
good. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I'm good. What about you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. What about you stay in Germany? What about the weather there in Germany?
It's really bad.
Very,
Yeah,
very cold, maybe.
well, now we have about 15 degrees.
Yeah.
And it's most of the time raining. I live like very in the north of Germany, like, pretty close to the Baltic Sea.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah, most of the time it's raining and very windy as well. Yeah, this is the normal summer, so I'm actually not surprised.
Okay. You stay. You said you moved from Mexico to Germany. How many years you stay in Germany?
It's been almost, I mean, only in Germany, it's been 2 years and a half. But before I lived in Italy and Hungary.
Yeah.
I did some semesters in those countries for my master.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very good because you're traveling around, and Europe is a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's been
sometimes
a cool experience.
weather maybe sometimes rainy, sometimes very cold, but normally the weather is fine.
Yes. Well, in winter is colder. Like, I would say like 0 degrees, -10, sometimes
Yeah,
-15.
yeah. I see this -10 only in the fridge, in the kitchen.
Yeah. I hope I could see it only in the fridge.
Yes. Okay, so you have some questions today, or?
Yes. Well, it's basically on the loop. I wrote you one of my last messages was on the solution or the logic behind this loop that I thought. But maybe if you have any other comment on that, that would be very appreciated.
Okay, let me try control flow, maybe, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Which part I can't remember.
Let me see. I'm trying to find it. It was the while loop, and it was let me see. It was number 23.
Okay.
And no, maybe
Yeah. The one that has +1 or the list
let
of
me try.
pairs.
No, not that one. It was a different one.
Maybe in the solution.
Yeah, in the solution, it's 27.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, that one, right?
No, it's number 26. It's actually number 26.
Yeah.
And I think it's the very last exercise.
This one?
Or maybe we can check the solution.
This one?
27.
Do you mean
Yes.
this one?
Yes.
Okay, let me solve it with you step by step, okay?
Okay.
I understand this one. I just answered it for somebody, for some other student, so I remember it.
Okay.
So I'm sorry. Okay, let me stop this. I have my mouse is a very disaster. I don't know what to do with it. Yeah. Visual. Okay, that one. So you were asking about the numbers, the why we use num plus one instead of just numbers. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So we have here uh, we have to define two counters. The first counter is the iterator, so we start with 0, and the count of odd values. We need here to extract the first 5 odd values and sum them. So we count of odds. This is also a counter, and this is the sum of odds, and this is also start with 0.
Yes.
Maybe we don't need this one. Maybe we can say, okay, no, we need it. Let me try to use it.
And
And
that was actually my problem because I didn't use the iterator, and I was basically like the loop never stopped.
yeah,
And yeah, oh yeah, well, sorry to
let
interrupt
me
you.
try. Let me try because I didn't try to write it like that. Let me try it with you to
Okay.
try an error, just to try an error. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I want to go from yeah, the condition must be I less than length of that list. This is the first condition, and this is the most important one. And the second one, yeah, and like that. The second one is, okay, let me put this into brackets so no confusion about the and. Okay. The second one is that the count of odd numbers less than 5.
Yes.
Less than 5 because we start with 0. So we start with 0, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it must be less than 5. This is the second condition. And I just check to see if we have an odd number. So if number of list or num list of I mod 2. Mod 2 means the modulus division of 2 is
Yes.
not equal 0. This is not equal. If this is a condition, so this is an odd number, so some plus equal some odds plus equal that number, num list of I. Okay, I just sum it because I found it is odd number. And I increased the count of odds to 1 plus 1.
One.
Yeah, I increase it by 1.
Yes.
Okay, and that's it. I just summed them until I found the count of odd less than 5, greater than 4, or equal than or equal to 5. So I get out. So and also if every time I loop, I must increase the iterator to indicate. Okay, I'm sorry. The iterator must be increased every time just to say that I'm increasing the iterator each time. This is the first one, this is the second, the third, and so on.
Yeah. Okay. 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 Yes.
Okay, and we can say print sum of odds, and this is the sum of odds, sum odds. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we can print also the odd numbers. Print. We can print that odd numbers too. So we can print it directly. Okay. Num list of I, and the separator is just a separator to be equal like that, and also end equal something like that. Separator and end, just to make sure that they are on the same line, to make them on the
Okay.
same line. Okay. Okay,
Yes.
let me try this. I don't know if it works or not. I'm trying. Okay, this is the first odd number is 85, and that's true. The second one is 719. The third one, the fourth, the fifth, and the sum of odds must be 993. I don't know if this is true or not. Maybe we can try it with calculator. You know, this is, if you want to make sure that your code is working very well, you have to try this even with paper and pencil. You have to try it because you will forget about this function and try another thing. Maybe it has some error, so you have to try it by, as I'm doing right now,
Yes.
to make sure it is working, and you can move to another function or to another part of the code. So
Okay.
I have to try this. It is very it is it is unpleasant way, but it is important way.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and this is 993. This is correct. We have 5 numbers here, and the total is 993. So it's correct. So the code is working fine. So you said the iterator is not important.
Honestly, I was trying to find what I wrote, and yeah, I wasn't getting an error. Actually, like uh,
You,
the loop didn't stop. It was like continuing and continuing, but
yeah,
I
maybe
think
this one. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. This accumulator. If you root it inside the if statement, maybe it will not work. Yeah, it will.
yeah.
It will not. Will never stop.
Okay, okay, okay.
Something like that. Maybe just, it is just, if you say something like that, it is not a compilation error, but after you run the code, you will face a problem. Just
I see.
a space, just a small space doing a disaster if you make it in a wrong place. Okay.
Okay.
And
Yes.
of course, you can do the same thing with for loop. We can try it with for loop. So you can say, okay, we need only maybe the sum. The for loop is maybe faster. For I in num list,
Mm-hmm.
if I mod 2 not equal
Not equal to
not
0.
equal 0, some odds. But okay, so we have a problem here. Some odds plus equal I, but we have to get that counter too.
Yes.
Yeah. Odd counter equals 0, and we make if the odd counter equal 5, just break.
Break.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's it. I think some odd ones. Yeah. If odd counter.
I think
Okay. We didn't increase the odd counter.
yes.
Yeah. Odd counter plus equal 1. Okay, food counter equal 5. So we break. This must be here or outside. No, here. It's not working if it is outside. It must be here, inside this if
Inside
statement.
the first if.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so, and just print sum of odds. This time we need the sum only. So this is sum of,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's working.
Yeah, it's
993.
working.
Okay. So this way also is working. I like this way of iteration using for loop because, you know, we have, if you learn about C# or Java, they have for each, something like for each, something like that.
Yes.
This is the equivalent way of designing or writing for each code. This is for
Okay.
each. Means that you take an item from a list of items. Okay, so
Okay.
do you have another question?
Not really. No, it was the question where I had
Okay,
that I had more doubts about the stuff that I wrote, but now it's clear.
okay, okay.
It's basically it.
Just let me try. Okay. Do you know about? Okay, let me try to talk with you about something. Maybe list comprehension. Do you know about did you study list comprehension?
I actually started this part, and I'm planning to finish this part this weekend.
Okay, okay. So okay, let me to you know you are in the control flow and functions.
I,
You
I'm
didn't you didn't try
I,
functions.
I'm starting functions on Monday. I'm a little bit behind because it took me some time
No,
to
no,
fully
you finished
understand
your
it.
first project, no problem.
Yeah.
It's okay. We
Yeah.
have, I have one student, he didn't start, he started with you, but he didn't start the project number 1 yet.
Well,
He's
okay.
late. So you have 1 month extension. If you know about this 1 month extension, you can use it.
Okay.
But
Okay. Okay.
you just forget about it right now. Don't think about it. You just think about
No, no, no.
finish in 3 months.
Yeah, and actually, I have plans for August, so I would like to skip to the
Okay,
deadlines for the
that's
project.
good. Okay, let me try to open something with you here. I have slides for this part, so let me this 5 to 8. Okay. Okay, this is about functions. So you said you will start it next Monday.
Yes.
Okay, so do you like to have a general idea about what is inside the functions?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yes.
so function is just like you have a robot and uh, you are instructing this robot to do something for you. So every night you tell him to go to the kitchen and make dinner for you. But every day you say, okay, you go to the kitchen, open up the drawer, and then catch the knife, and then catch the onion, and cut the onion to pieces, and then put on the fire with oil, and so on. Every instruction you are telling the robot that you are doing something, you want him to do something, but you tell him in instructions. But if you repeat this every day, it will be very difficult if every night you tell him the same instructions. It is better if you say, okay, robot, go make a dinner, just make a dinner, and he knows what are the instructions that behind the making dinner. Because it is repeated many times, so he knows these instructions. You don't need to tell him every night to make this. You don't need to tell him every instruction every night. So the best way is to use these functions. Functions just to call some instructions that repeated pattern, repeated things in the code. You repeat some code in your script many times, and you don't want to repeat this code. You just collect that repeated code in with a global name, and that global name you can use it to just call this repeated code or repeated code. Yes. So, for example, if I want to define a function to sum the items in a list, so sum list is a name of the function, and this function takes a list. I can define any name, and I do like block. So in the block, I have to start with after space or tab, and then start my instructions into this sum list. So for example, I can say sum equals 0, and then okay, we don't like to use the same functions or internal functions. So sum equals 0, and then for I in L, sum 1 plus equal I, and then
Yes.
this is the output of the function which is return someone. Okay, so the
Yes.
function is just like a process, and the process takes an input and return an output and make the processing like the digestion system. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it's the food coming in your mouth and getting out from the
Yeah.
so this digestion in the middle, something
Yes.
like any system. So it has an input and it has an output and it has processing in the middle.
Yeah. Sorry, Sam. Sam, I have a very basic question, but in this case, I mean, return is basically the output, right?
Yeah, it is the output of them. But
Okay.
some functions, they don't have an return function. They don't have a return keyword.
Okay.
Maybe they do something. Okay. They have many forms really. They sometimes, for example, but I don't know how to. I know how to do that in C++, but I don't know how to do that here in Python so far.
No worries.
For example, in any function, any name, and the name takes a variable, and the variable is called by its place, something like that. So the function will update that variable. It
Okay.
will not return anything. Just take this variable and make some updates into that variable. So there is no returning. Okay, something like that.
I
This
see.
is
I see. I
they
understand.
call it by reference and called by value. This is called by value and this is called by reference. So they call the variable itself, not a value of the variable or just a copy of the variable. No, this is a copy of the variable, but this is the variable itself.
I see. Yes.
And also the print statement, print message. The print message, just taking a message here, MSG or whatever, and then print this message, print MSG. That's it. So print message basically like print exactly this, they form the same function. But anyway, I can add some functionality to that print message, whatever. But we don't have return key here because we don't need to return something. We just want to print something on the screen. Okay, that's the functions, and you see this is cylinder volume. So if you want to calculate the cylinder volume, you have to know the radius of the base and the height of the cylinder. And you have a pi that equal to 3.14, and return the height. You can return, yeah, that's good. You can even write expression after the return statement, and it will calculate whatever inside this expression and return it to the script whenever you call this cylinder volume. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, he have called it here with the 10 for the height and the 3 for the radius. So this is the example. Okay. Did I talk with you about the default arguments?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Okay. Let me define. I did I because I'm sorry for the multiple students that. Okay. Did I draw this with you like that?
I think so. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and 3 and 4 and 5.
Yes. Yes.
Pythagorean theorem, and I asked you, I told you about how to calculate the third one. We have a default variables.
Yes.
So
Yes.
and the default variables must be to the left hand side. Default variable must be to the left hand side, not to the right hand side. For example, I can say no, I'm sorry, the opposite. The opposite. I mean, you can define this one to be equal 9, but you cannot define this to be equal.
Population to be okay.
Yeah, and leave this. You cannot leave this. If you want, you can, but you have to start from left to right.
Okay.
This is not good, but this is okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
remember that part.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is also okay, no problem now. Okay, so this is the default values. Okay. And also we have a lambda expression. Lambda expression is just a shortcut for the function. So something like shortcut. It means that if you want to implement a very short function, you can use lambda function, lambda expression. For example, if you want to define a function to multiply two variables, so you say, okay, multiply lambda and the parameter list, which is xy, and the expression to be
X times Y.
yeah, x times y. This is just
Okay.
basic. Okay, I can print multiply of something, just multiply. Yeah, I think I missed something here. Yeah, multiply equal, yes. So I can multiply, for example, 10 by 3, something simple. Okay, run it. Multiply. Yes, this is.
It's missing a
Yeah.
AL. Yeah.
Yeah, it's better if the compiler can recognize it, or the editor. Okay, so it's working right now.
Yes.
You can use that lambda expression for making very complex things, like if you want to calculate the third dimension, if this is Pythagorean theorem, that like I told you, this is, or hypotenuse, they call it. Hypo is just the third edge in a right rectangle. So we have x and y, and then we can take this to the power 0.5, or no, 2 plus. I mean, you can do whatever expression you want. You can make even complex expression. It is working. It's not just for a small expression. You can even use very complex expression. It is going to.
So this is just, as you said, this is just like a kind of a shortcut for defining functions.
Yeah, but it is better if the function is just an expression.
Okay.
Not complex variables and define variables and do something with these variables and then If it has many instructions, you cannot use lambda expression. Lambda expression just an expression.
Okay.
I mean, you can use these two variables only one time. You understand me?
Okay.
So you cannot say, okay, x equal 2. For example, you can x equal 2, and then you want something else, another instruction. This is not going to work.
I see. Okay.
It must be just one expression. You use the variable just one time.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
this is the very common. I like this one, 5 and 3 and 4. Okay, and the third one must be 5. So must be 5. Okay.
Okay.
So this is lambda expression. Lambda expression also has very interesting. Maybe sometimes you need to use it. There is something. Some functions are used many times. Not many times. I mean, it is used maybe one time, like the map. The map is used to, if this is an the numbers is a two-dimension matrix, and I don't want to use the entire matrix or the entire numbers. I want to use one list each time. So this is the first list and this is the second list. The map is doing like that, doing something like that. Is mapping means that taking these numbers and map just one list to the lambda expression. Just one list to the lambda expression. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Calculate the average of that list. So this is the map. Yeah. And also map and filter is useful. You can use them. You can read about them, but it is not used frequently. It's not used frequently. As filter is like, okay, I want something with the less than or equal than, just to filter the values here. I want the characters, the number of characters to be less than 10. If the name is very long, you just ignore it.
Yes.
That is the use of the filter. Okay.
Okay.
Here, I don't know if you told me that you use Atom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I use it for basically for the SQL.
Yeah.
Exercises. Yes.
Yeah, but you were using PostgreSQL with Atom. Is it working?
At the end I didn't download it, but I was using Atom just to save the scripts.
Okay.
Like the queries.
Okay. Yeah, I understand. Okay. I just want to tell you something that maybe I told you about it. Do you remember that we used two files?
Yes. You show me the main. The name is equal to main.
Okay, that's about scripts. I think that's about the most important thing coming into my mind, because it is used frequently in the projects. So you will face scripting in the project, so it must be you have to use it.
Okay.
And also, okay.
Yes. No, I was going to ask you because for the first calls that we had, you sent me the links to our calls, but I don't know if you're recording them, and I forgot to tell you at the beginning of this call.
That one?
Yeah, if you recorded the last call.
The last I don't remember. I recorded all of them, but maybe I didn't send you. Oh.
The link? Okay. I don't think so.
No, I didn't record. No, I didn't record it. This is the first time not to record. That one was 40 minutes with you. Yes, I remembered it.
Yes.
And I was very angry after finishing the meeting because I didn't record it. Because if I didn't record it, I will not get paid from you.
Oh,
So I was very angry, and I was telling you when you asked me about the while loop and for loop. Okay, come online and we can talk. So just
yes.
to record something. That's
Yes.
now I did something else. I came to Zoom and changed the configuration to record immediately,
I see.
automatically.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now don't worry about recording. Whenever you have,
Okay.
we have a meeting, so I will send you the link for the meeting.
Okay. So, Osama, would you mind if you show me again, like the name is equal to main, very quickly, just to refresh that part?
Okay, okay. First, I remembered something I want to tell you. If you
Mhm.
go to the terminal here and say okay, say Python, and just write the same name here, but you make sure you can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see it.
Did you see the path that underneath the cursor?
The path, the one
Yeah.
that goes to
See,
bike share,
yeah, and
user
it must
Osama.
be the same. Yeah, it must be the same
Yes.
here. If it is not the same, this is not going to work. You have to make sure that the up and the down one, they are the same. So
Okay. Okay.
they are the same. So I can use it like that, Python, and write the name of the script, .python, and just run it from the command prompt like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's working.
Okay.
Okay, so this is one of you will use it in your project. You will use it
Okay.
frequently, just using the terminal. You can do that with many other terminals. So CMD is going to work too. So you have to move to users and then desktop and then bike share 2 and then Python test.py. And this is going to work too. It's from CMD, that one for Windows. And also for the Git, if you install the Git bash, it's going to work too. But this is little, we can do it very quickly. Like I have another way of doing that. I can go to the desktop and I know that bike share 2 is here. And I can go right click and then Git bash from here. Git bash from here,
Okay.
just going here to bike share 2 immediately. So I can say, okay, Python test.py, and it will execute too. So there are many, there are many, I mean, there are many terminals out there. If you configure Python, it will run the script this way.
Okay.
So that's why we use Git bash. We used even the one with Anaconda prompt. This one, the one with
Yes.
Anaconda is also working. You can execute anything from there. Okay, return back to the main. We have this main. Okay, let's define this as a function. Okay, x and y. Then remove all of this. Just return. Okay, it's going to work this way. Okay, and it has a hippo function. I'm just testing it here, but I don't want to see this in any other file that I'm calling this function. So if name
I see.
equal main, this is double underscore. So this one, and make space here. So this is, if you run it, it's going to work here. Yeah, no problem. This one will be printed. But if you use the test.python in another application like the main.python, I import test as T. Yeah, this file is imported
Import
as,
test. I see.
but make
Okay.
sure that they are on the same path. They say the same
Okay.
directory. They are in the same location. If they are not
Okay.
in the same location, this is not going to work. After making
Okay.
sure so you can import it, any function here will be available here. So I can use them just like t.hippo. Yeah, it appeared here, and I take, for example, 30 and 40, and I run my script from here. Yes, some list is not there. I removed it. Okay.
Okay.
So I just imported test, and it's working. Yeah, I have to print.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, print an output. I cannot see anything. Yeah, it's 50. So it's working here. But if I removed this one right now, if I removed it, what is going to happen if I remove this?
It's not gonna work.
No, yeah, the other one is, yeah, this is going to work normally. There is no change in this.
Mm-hmm.
But here there will be a change. You see, it is repeated 2 times, but this is not related to me. I don't want it. I just want to use T, not to use this part. This part that
Yes.
was for the programmer to test his function, not for me, not for everybody, just for the programmer that made the function, that to make some test to make sure that it is working. So this is the only way to make it happen. Just to use this one.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so I think today, yeah, I will really send you the recording. The link.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay,
And,
Oliver, I'm happy to see you today.
yeah, thank you. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so have a nice night.
Yeah, for you too.
Thank you. Thank you. Goodbye.
So until next week. Ciao.
Yeah, no, we have Wednesday, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We have. I have a problem here in Arabic countries, so our week started already. Saturday started, not Sunday. We have the weekend at Friday. You understand? So you see, okay, next week is really next week because it is Wednesday. But in Arabic country, this is not next week, it's the current week. Because we already started the new week. We start at Saturday, not at Monday.
You know, it's really funny because in Mexico we start the week on a Sunday. Okay, everybody, it's like a like a resting day. But here in Germany, the calendar says that the week starts on a Monday.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So everybody starts in a different day.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, thank you.
Thank you very much, and goodbye.
Ciao.